K2-18b. No, it's not a character from Star Wars. It's a planet 2.5 times the size of Earth and 700 trillion miles away, and it could be home to living organisms.
Here's what we know right now, Pamela. The James Webb Space Telescope is so powerful that it actually can analyze the chemical composition of atmospheres from far, far away. And the atmosphere analyzed from K2-18b shows molecules that can only be produced by living organisms.
The amounts that we are seeing on this planet, it is currently, we don't know of an abiotic process, non-biological process that can cause these molecules in the atmosphere at the levels we are seeing. This is very early stage, and we don't want to rule out non-biological processes, but
isn't it clear I don't give a do it again.
Greetings. I'm Hatshepsut, and I'm very proud to announce Boss is back with another one.
So I also saw this other video, I think it was on CNN, Planet 77b S2S. I don't know, I know I got that code all the way wrong, but there was some weird coded planet that they can pick up on the satellite telescopes, and they're basically saying, I haven't seen any other thing like this in the past. Like, I have not seen anything like this in the past. About them basically saying, like, we heard about other shit like asteroids coming by and all this shit, or like, damn, the Earth's about to end. But we haven't ever heard them say, or at least I haven't, that, oh, it looks like there could potentially be life on another planet. And I just saw this like a few days ago of them basically saying that they were like picking up a lot of like biological signatures, like some type of thing in the atmosphere that only like biological creatures produce on this planet. They're picking that up on another planet, and as of right now, there isn't anything else that they know of that could produce that same thing in the atmosphere that they're picking up on this other planet that's like hella far away. I'll put a clip, but that's kind of crazy too. Like, they basically, like, you know, and another thing I said in these videos too, I said this already, they be putting shit in our fucking face, bro. On God, they be putting shit in our face. Like, you know, like a lot of times niggas be thinking like, oh, they'll like try to hide shit from us so, you know, we don't know or whatever, but like they'll put the shit, just like the UFO shit, like they'll put the shit right in your face, talk about it, put it on the news and everything. Whole time I be feeling like that's like a smoke screen. Like I be feeling like they put it in your face and just give you like some type of definition and give you some type of explanation and shit. Like almost, I don't know, bro, it's weird. It's like they try to like control the agenda almost. Like, okay, we have the facts, we have the resources, and we're gonna tell you what this is. And it's like, we could hide it, like who the fuck is really paying attention to this? But they be putting in your face as like a smoke screen to throw you off. Like, well, okay, well, what they're saying should be true if they're telling us, you know what I mean? And in this video, they're basically saying like, there's no real proof of this. Like, we don't really think it's aliens, you know what I mean? But like in the same video, they were saying like, they haven't even figured out what else could produce this other than living things. So it's just like, in my opinion, at the end of that video, they're saying, we don't, this is like a very low chance it's alien. Like, but it's like, that's just the agenda, bro. That's just them saying what they're supposed to say. But like in reality, bro, they probably did this because that shit was gonna come out anyway. And they kind of just wanted to give you an explanation so you keep shit flowing. The whole time, it's probably really aliens on that bitch for real. Like, and niggas just like had to like do some shit, you know what I mean? But it's like, even if it was, even if they said, yeah, there's aliens, it's like, I don't really know how much of an effect that would really have like on the world. I mean, it probably would have an effect a little bit, but like not really if they're just so far away and we don't really have any technology to like get to them or contact them or anything. But like, that's crazy. And another thing is, like, a lot of people think like, okay, like life and like intelligent life is probably so rare because there's like so many animals and fish and shit that isn't really intelligent life, you know what I mean? So intelligent life and life in general is probably like so rare, and like, you know, humans only been around for so long. You know what I mean? In the grand scheme of the universe, you know, there's all type of time zones and shit happening, and like there was dinosaurs back then, and there could be like other aliens like in the future, or like they lasted way in the past and we're just not in the same time zone. So that could like basically affect there being aliens or not, like basically us being like in a small gap of time to where there could be aliens, but it's a very low chance that they'll be existing at the same time as us, basically. But at the same time, the universe is so big, and the way to describe it and the way they talk about everything, it's like, why wouldn't there be aliens? You know what I mean? Because if we're just in this one solar system, and freaking the planets in this solar system is already so fucking far away, and we're only next to one star, which is the sun, obviously, and there's a billion fucking stars. Like, bro, just like, if you just think about anything, probability and shit, I feel like, you know, it's not really the craziest thing to say that there could be another civilization on next to one of these stars. Like, one has to be, like, somewhere, bro. Has to be, bro. Like, literally, they were like, there's more stars than there are grains of sand on the earth. Like, come on, bro. There has to be at least one of them bitches with fucking aliens on them. You know what I mean? Has to be. You know what I mean? But they're just saying just the likelihood of that being at the same time, and them being intelligent and not microorganisms and shit. But it's just like, I don't know, bro. I just think, in my opinion, there has to be aliens on one of them shits, bro. Has to be. But obviously that goes against religion and goes against all this freaking ideology and shit. So a lot of people probably wouldn't agree and wouldn't like want to believe that and shit. But I mean, I just think if the universe is what they say it is, and there's a billion stars and we're only next to one, then there should probably be another living things next to one of those stars at the very minimum. If there's next to one, then there's probably more. So yeah. And that's why I said it in another video about my space movies, that they should freaking make more of those. Cause like, what the fuck? Y'all niggas literally have every, like, I don't know, bro. Like, y'all put 500 million into Avatar and didn't make it about shit, like, but them fighting humans again. And like, that's another thing, bro. They always make shit about aliens, about fucking humans. Like, they can't think past that. Like, oh no, it's so crazy. I don't know. I don't know why that's so hard for people to come up with, but you know what I mean? Like, what if an alien was like the size of like Jupiter or like the sun? You know what I mean? In just another part of the universe, and there's just only one of them that big. You know what I mean? Like, people don't even think like that. People just think you're crazy, or you're just like, oh, you're smoking. But like, in reality, like, that could be reality. You know what I mean? And it's just so crazy. Like, they don't have one movie about that shit. You know what I mean? Like, that's actually a simple concept to come with too. Like, it's simple, okay, like giants. You know what I mean? But that's only one type of loophole you can take. You know what I mean? There's just so many. So I don't know. I don't know why they don't really like to do stuff like that. And usually when you see aliens, it's always like one thing, like, or like something similar to the last. You know what I mean? So, or like something to do with like octopuses or some shit. But like, octopuses, they fucking have 8 brains or some shit. Like, what the fuck? Like, come on, bro. Like, come on. How do you explain that shit, bro? Niggas have 8 brains. Like, what the fuck? Like, that's so crazy. Another thing is, I think, I don't know if it was this video or another video, but they're saying like how insects probably can't really perceive us because they're so tiny and shit, and they probably don't even know like what the fuck we are or anything, you know what I mean? I mean, mosquitoes definitely know what we are. They know what they be doing, you know what I mean? But like smaller insects and microorganisms and shit, they probably don't even see us. So just think about it that way. Like, there's fucking shit here that don't even know we exist. So it's like, we could be that to something else, and nobody has talked about it. I mean, there's a little bit, there's shit, but it's just like, that's so crazy to think about, bro, honestly. You know what I mean? Like, what if we're just the microorganisms to the fucking aliens, and that's the reason we can't see them, because we're fucking microorganisms to them? All right, shit crazy. Or it's just some time thing where, you know, like, if you saw Interstellar, like, time works different other places. So like, what if it's just like a time thing where, you know, niggas can't perceive time the same way, and, you know, it's just like all type of weird shit, dimensions and shit could be going on. And I don't know, like, niggas just think niggas too woke, or niggas think it too far, but reality, that is reality if what they're saying is true about space. You know what I mean? Like, low key, you know, like, those realities could exist simultaneously. So yeah, I think with the new discovery thing and them picking up like traces on another planet is definitely interesting. And I think that video went exactly how I expected to go, for them to just like write it off or not get our hopes up, expectations too high, because just like the movies, they do the same shit in movies. You know what I mean? But I think that should change. They should definitely make more shit about aliens, so people can start thinking bigger than thinking, oh, like my Balenciagas or whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? So yeah, pretty much my opinion. Another thing is, niggas be too on earth, bro. Like, niggas don't realize, bro. Like, I don't know, bro. Niggas don't get it. And just like after life after death and shit, I was reading some like articles about like ascension and shit, and like how like being a human is like a school, and like, you know, like we evolved from animals, and like in a previous life you was probably like an animal or some shit, and then you evolved into the human, and then after you evolve into a human, your soul doesn't die and you go somewhere else. So it's like low key, like that kind of makes sense. Like what if it was like that? Like, you know what I mean? It's like when you die, your soul leaves your body and then it like goes across the universe into like another being somewhere else, and like a higher state of consciousness, and like higher, just like, you know how they make a lot of movies about superpowers and shit, like some shit like that, like you kind of transform into something greater than you are right now. You know what I mean? It's not really all about being physical, but that kind of makes sense, you know, because they're like energy never dies, and it's like when people die and souls, like all that shit happens, it's like yeah, they talk about heaven and shit, but like what if heaven is just out there? You could probably, and it's just so far, and we don't have that technology or capability that we can't reach it. But what if it's just somewhere else? And like, you know what I'm trying to say? So yeah, that's crazy. You guys let me know your opinions down below. This is definitely an event. I'm out.
This is very early stage, and we don't want to rule out non-biological processes, but
my favorite expression in English is the one that says, never bite the hand of the one that fingers you, something like that.